All right, in this video, we're going to be taking a look at Lite, an app that just hit AppSumo a week or two ago, and you can schedule social media posts with an API, publish content to Instagram, TikTok, LinkedIn, Facebook, YouTube, and Threads, all from Lite. It is an alternative to Buffer. I've actually never used Buffer, but there's a lot of customizations you can do with this app. Starts at $49. It looks like they have really good ratings at 39 reviews, and something interesting, they don't have a video to go along with this. That means that they didn't go, do the full partnership, if you will, with AppSumo. They're going to be closing in on getting 50 reviews, and that's really impressive. They have really good reviews. When you go to most of these new launches, you'll see AppSumo did a video on it, and if you think about it, there's kind of like different packages, if you will, if you're going to be a vendor and launch on AppSumo in order to, get the most out of the platform and have AppSumo push your product as much as they possibly can. It doesn't look like when there isn't a video review from AppSumo, it means that, Lite didn't go all in on the partnership. Usually I see apps like this that don't go all in on the partnership. And they're going to make more money per sale, but they don't get pushed as much. Usually you don't see apps get 39 reviews in just a couple of weeks like Lite has. So this truly has made a buzz on AppSumo, and that's why I handpicked this one in order to review. There's other softwares on here, and you guys have probably noticed there's a lot less softwares lately hitting AppSumo. I went to the software tab and found this one. It looked very interesting to me, and that's why I'm bringing this review to you guys today. I'm going to skip through all this and jump right into the review. Let's look at the pricing real quick. I just absolutely hate these pages. I know that Brett is a big part of the community and leaves comments as well. He seconds this and agrees. I don't know what AppSumo is thinking with their pages lately, but they're just awful. Obviously, this is converting because they're leaving it. But it is awful for the user to come in here and have to click on all these tabs to learn about the software. It's just a really bad experience. And when you hover over here and you have a third of the page being taken up by this banner type thing that drops down right there, you can't, I'm on an almost 30-inch screen and I can't see what I'm looking at here. Maybe another thing we could do is just zoom out a little bit and be able to see a little bit more of the page, but I just don't really like these pages. I have brought this up before and you guys pretty much all agree that their pages that they have right now with these little drop downs and stuff is just terrible for the user experience trying to buy their product. You can see the plans are license tier 1, $49. You get 120 posts per month on 10 profiles. I like they're giving everything else. You even get access to the API integration. We'll go into that in a little bit. Directly upload posts, unlimited users. It's just based on posts. This is how I would set up my software as well. Make it super easy for people to understand what's going on and just have two things that change per tier. I really like that. So license tier 1, this is what I'll be looking at today. I just purchased the license tier 1 so I can bring this review to you guys. License tier 2 is $129. And it's going to, gosh, I just hate this back and forth. That's why I zoom out, guys. It's just awful. License tier 2, $129, and unlimited 5 posts per social media account, 50 accounts. So this is really geared up towards, you can literally be an agency and manage profiles because you can have 250 profiles right here and unlimited 20 posts per day per social media account. A profile could be like you're managing a client. See how I'm sitting here? I'm not touching the mouse or anything. It just hovers back and forth. It goes up and down the page. It literally, like what you just saw just now on the screen. That's happening automatically. That's not me touching my mouse or anything like that. That is one of those other things that's just terrible, the design that they have right now on these pages right here. I'm just very disappointed. But anyways, license tier 3, $279, 150 profiles, 8 posts per social media account, and license tier 4, $399, 20 posts per social media account, and 250 profiles. They have a 4.7 out of 39 reviews. So people are loving this software, comparing it to Publer or Postally. Don't miss this one. There was somebody that wanted them to add something, and they added it within 2 weeks. Blue Sky, somewhere over here, they added Blue Sky, and they added it very quickly. So people are happy with this tool. Let's jump into it real quick. This is what it looks like right over here. I just wanted to show you what the light version will look like, but we're going to go with dark mode. Definitely looks really good, and I recommend that one. It actually almost is too bright and not enough contrast in colors, and this is just a little bit too overwhelming as far as, light is concerned, or just light. I like how they have the dark mode right over there. I will be grading and scanning this here soon. Cool. I've updated the colors. Some initial feedback from users of my LTD Compass lifetime deal tool that scans these and gives you another set of eyeballs and gives you a new different trust score looking at different metrics. And then also the vault right over here is super cool because this actually will let you add tools to your vault, and you can completely manage and track your LTDs. It will scan once a week. It'll scan your tool and tell you if it's down or if it's still up and running. You can open any of these up and fully manage all the tools that you're buying on AppSumo. The vault allows you to add any tool that you want. It doesn't have to be an AppSumo purchase. I had just updated the color scheme here. It's also a very bright color, but what I've learned with my first launch is that you have to have neutral colors. That's why most of these apps have very basic white colors, because you want to be able to appeal to all audiences. And you have to, I wanted my brand colors and green and all that. I've since learned that's just not feasible for a lot of people. Some might not even buy the tool because the colors are too overwhelming. I liked the colors, but that was just me. You can't build a tool and a software based on colors you like. It needs to work and be functional. That's why you see most softwares with color schemes that look like this, that are just, simple colors, mostly white background. My software to me isn't as appealing as the green colors, but this is just functional and it's easier to look at on the eyes. So I was just bringing that up because that's kind of what's reminding me of this tool over here, especially when we go into the light mode. You can see I'm using this really kind of old school font. So we'll come back over here. We'll go into the dark mode and you can see your account over here. You can go to billing, sign out. I've already prepped this and pre-added connections over here. You'll go to connections, you'll add a profile, call it something right there. You can choose a profile color, add your brand or agency or whatever like that, and then push create profile. And then that's going to actually be a profile that you can pick from a drop down right here. I've already added LearnWire in the LearnWire color right there. And that's kind of how you do that. And then you have your connections right over here. You have TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, LinkedIn, Twitter. We have Threads. I believe this is Reddit. We have Blue Sky, and then you have Pinterest. I didn't even know they had Pinterest. They must have just added that because it's not even on the sales page. So that's really cool. So I've already added my Facebook profile and my Pinterest for LearnWire. So we already got the connections going. Now there is an API key section. You can go and create an API key right here. This acts as a software that you can create an API key here and then implement this in, for example, I could build an app in Base 44 where I house my software that I'm building. And what we could do is I can actually say add secret key, and we could actually use this API key that we create over here. We could go in on a tier 4 or something like that. And what we could do is add that API key and look at the amount of credits we would get. $3.99, you would get 250 profiles, 20 posts per day times 20. You would get 5,000 posts per day times 30 days in the month. You would actually get 150,000 posts per month. Now you have these as profiles. If I use this and I built a tool, if your tool blew up, you definitely would need more, but this would definitely get you started. With certain customers, you'd be able to limit it, say, hey, you get 3 social profiles, 5 or something like that. And you could limit to 10 posts per day. You'd be able to utilize this API key and build out your own SaaS product using their tool. You can also use this for your own tools or workflows, or if you're using make.com. They also have API docs that take you through every single step, and it is more for development and programming. This is technical stuff that you need to know. You'd be handing this off to your programmer, your developer mostly, but it's really nice that they have this whole version geared towards development of your own software or workflow processes. Really cool. Essentially, they have this gallery area where you can see what other people are posting. I kind of think that's a little tacky, but that's just me. Then you have your users over here. You can generate a link and send this to have people come and manage your account with the team members. So that's pretty much what it is. We have our connection, and now all you're going to do is just go to posts right over here. Now, keep in mind that this is not an AI tool. It's not going to create the captions for you. This is 100% strictly a very light with API, but this is 100% a social media content scheduler. This is a scheduler without API or without ChatGPT and large language model caption AI, using, write captions automatically using AI. This software does not do that. They could have easily added that in here as well. You get the sense that this is very much by design, very intentional. They know their customer base is people that are going to use ChatGPT, Claude. They're going to spend time on their posts. They realize that professional agencies that are actually social media managers just need a really good, consistent, reliable scheduler for all the profiles that's very robust. And then they'll handle the content and schedule it themselves. So if you're looking for a click this button and then the content's done and then post, this isn't your tool. This is a scheduler and that's it. You can upload, you could import, and that might be a really easy way to do it as well. You do have calendar view right here as well, but we're going to go and just create our first post. We're going to upload media, images, videos. We're going to say Pinterest and we're going to say Facebook. I'm going to go to my website. I'm just going to copy this, Control A, Control copy. We're going to go over here to Claude. I've already got this written out right here. I'm going to paste right here, make a concise, engaging Pinterest pin post caption and Facebook post caption for this blog of mine. Boom. I'm going to push go. It's going to create that for us. We'll go back in right over here. I'm going to go ahead and close that and we'll come back in here. I'm going to upload an image that I created in Canva for this blog post. I realized that this is not really the best image size because it's actually a Pinterest size for Facebook. We're going to do it anyways because I'm just testing stuff out. We're going to go with the content. So when we click Pinterest, it says Pinterest destination link. If I click off of Pinterest, that part goes away. So if we click on Pinterest, see how it comes up and it needs that. One thing as far as caption is concerned, it's not really telling us where the title goes. For both Pinterest and Facebook, they don't actually have a title. You just put the caption in there. Let's get the caption that we've created. Here's our Pinterest pin caption and our Facebook post caption. We could use both, but the Facebook one looks the best. So let's go with that bottom line. And I'm going to go with this and see. I don't know if this might be too long and we'll see what the characters do. It's 700 characters. I believe that Pinterest has a limit on what it will do, but we're going to see what ends up happening. I'm going to post this in here. Maybe we want to go like that. Maybe we want to go like this. And just make this look a little bit better. So I'm gonna go like that and we're good there. You know what? Honestly, the more you use the tool, I really like this dark mode. I really like the text, this old school text. Is this like an Arial font? I'm gonna capture this and just try to find out. Boom, I'm gonna go in here. I'm gonna upload this real quick. What font is the attached? It's a mono space font. That's exactly what I was thinking, guys. It's a Courier. It's a Courier new. This is the most probable. It's a Courier, an old font that's been around probably since the 90s. Typewriter style appearance. And it's kind of refreshing. I like it. So we have our media, we have our caption there, we have our drop any extra content or call to action here. No, I'm going to leave that one blank. We do want to go over here. We want to go to our page and grab the URL. This is not just a one-click upload. This is like Publer, which does have AI built in. It doesn't do a good job creating the captions, and that's why you really want to go through the steps right here to get good at the content that's actually going to get published. All right, so we have everything selected. I'm going to push the Publish Now button. Post will be published immediately. I like how we have the green right there. The highlights looks really good, but we still need to push one more button and publish now. Let's see if our connection and everything works, if this published for us. And obviously you could schedule this for later, or you could save as a draft. You would go in and start scheduling your posts. It is publishing right now. That took about 20 to 30 seconds. This is what the post will look like. All posts, all platforms, you can actually filter by different platforms. I'm pleasantly surprised they have that many. A lot of times social media tools come out and only have 3 or 4, and then it takes forever for them to add one. They're adding them like crazy. I'm surprised they didn't make a big deal out of the Pinterest one. Most of the tools are missing Pinterest. They have Reddit. They have all kinds of really good ones. That is what they have going for them. It's saying that it successfully published. So now let's go and take a look at Pinterest. Let's go to our page. And we did get our page up to over 100,000 monthly views, which is great. I do have a virtual assistant working just a few hours a week on all of these. And you can see right here that it actually did work. It did publish. Let's click on it. And we have where's the caption? So it published, and I'm going to click on more. It did publish. Bottom line, I'm going to come over here. The bottom line, I break down exactly. So it did stop at no barrier, I believe, because Pinterest does have a professional or business owner. So it did stop right here. So that's your max. And what I would do right there is I would copy that and train a ChatGPT, a GPT, or a Claude, project or something like that, or a Gemini, a Google Gemini Gem. Train one of those on this exact character count. I knew that Pinterest has a lower amount of characters allowed, so you can get the same caption for all. If someone actually clicks on this, they will go to, if you look down here, when I hover over this, the page is right there. It worked flawlessly. That worked great. Let's take a look at Facebook now. All right, so we are on my LearnWire Reviews Facebook page, and it did work. Now, I'm not really sure about it's going to automatically expand. That's one thing I would recommend for the tool if you want to use the same caption. The way the tool is set up is that you would run through all of your Pinterest pins for the week and schedule them separately. And then you would go in and work on all your Facebook posts and schedule them. But if you wanted kind of an all-in-one, this is what it's going to look like, right? One of them is going to suffer. You're probably going to want to go with the Pinterest pin because you're not going to get any traction at all on Pinterest if you don't publish Pinterest size pins. You have to pick your size, right? They're completely different image dimensions. That is the strategy right now. I would love for them to be able to, when you go and do a create post, I would love for the media option to be allowed to upload media depending on what you select down here. If I select Facebook and Pinterest, it should allow me to select my Facebook media and my Pinterest media. That would be game changing because we could do all of it from one caption. If not, you have to do 2 full steps if we want to schedule separately. But this is what it looks like. Let's see what the caption looks like. It did come out really good. Very impressed. The tool works really well. If you want a tool that just straight up works, you can come over here into posts. I want to go in here real quick to gallery. Okay, so gallery, discover community posts, publish and find inspiration, all platforms, but mine is not showing up. So maybe that's something you have to turn on or something. But if we go back to posts and I go and select on a post right over here. So let's just say I select it. How do I get into it? Because there should be a reuse button. And go to the calendar. You can see that we did publish that one right there on the calendar. There should be a way to reuse your post. I'm going to see if I can hunt that down. It's not that self-explanatory. They need to add a reuse button right here. When people click it, it automatically creates a new post based on that one. Essentially, you click the create post button, and then if you click the reuse button, maybe it's a month or 2 later, you can look at your posts. We could actually reuse this right here. It's going to add all that. We can make changes, content, media, apply. We can apply that and then it's already there. Then we can go and make changes to this if we want to. We already have the image and then we could go and schedule this and schedule it for later. So you can actually reuse. There's a nice feature. I love that feature right there as well. So overall, just using the tool, I wasn't able to go into depth on how you would use it for API. Again, this starts at $49 and all in at $499. Essentially, I have to agree with everybody. This is just, other than them, I think that they probably should add some type of AI input where it will write captions for you. I think that would be game changing, but I'm going to give this a 4.8. Something just felt right about the software. It's extremely clean, lightweight. It worked the first time. It was flawless on connecting to my social medias. They've added a bunch of social medias and they didn't even tell us about the Pinterest on the sales page. That's highly impressive that they're adding things very quickly. They're quick to develop and it's lightweight and it just works. The fact that they're actually encouraging you to use their tool as a API for developers you could use this to build your own tools or workflows. This truly does replace a Publer or a Buffer type of tool. I give this a 4.8 stars. Very impressed with this tool. Link will be below. Let me know what you guys think. Type in late if you watch the entire video. Thank you so much. And I'll actually, you know what? I didn't even do my scan. Let me go do my scan of my software real quick and I'll be right back. Okay, perfect. So we ran this through my deal trust score right here. It does have 4.7 stars, 39 reviews. It gives you an analysis of what the tool does, and then it kind of breaks this down for you. Late offers a solid and comprehensive solution for social media automation that stands out due to its multi-platform capability, which I was very impressed with. Active development, I can assure you, just looking at it and doing some more dissecting, that it is very strongly being developed right now. Strong community engagement, and we really are seeing people super passionate about the tool. Founder demonstrates an admirable commitment to the project and responsiveness to the user feedback, further enhancing the overall positive perception. This was just completed, the scan right here, and we gave it a good deal. So an 8 out of 10 right there. It goes along with, what is an 8 out of 10 equivalent to a 4.7 right over here? So my tool was a little bit more stricter. So an 8 out of 10 is actually a 4 out of 5 stars. And so my tool is rating it a little bit, but here's the thing about my tool, guys, what I'm doing. I'm still rating it a good deal. It passed the test. Go buy it, right? But what my tool's doing that's different that I'm kind of doing in the background as well is that we have all these right here. You can go and look at why it's scoring the different points and everything, which is great, right? Reviews and feedback. It's going to pull in some reviews for you and give you some research and so forth. When we get down into the founder trust score, that one is good as well. It's going to give you certain points right over here as well. The roadmap and longevity, you can go and view the roadmap from here. It's going to score some really good points there as well. Right here, very important, like website traffic, it only gets a 0.25 out of a full point. I look up the website traffic. I do that manually and kind of preload this. It's only getting like 4,000 visitors to the site. That is going to ding it a little bit. There's reasoning behind that. If a tool isn't getting 20,000, 50,000, 100,000 visitors to their site before they come to, I realize it's a startup and everything, and that's totally great. But this has to do with the longevity of the tool. And that's the whole thing about lifetime deals. If they don't have a bunch of traffic, then we can't bet on them. What is the likelihood if a tool has 100,000 visitors going to it per month? They are more than likely, there's a lot more likelihood that they're not going to fall under, right? Their business is going to continue to thrive. They've already proven they know how to get traffic and customer acquisition. When a tool doesn't have any traffic, then there is a big question mark. And that's why website traffic, they get a little bit of credit because they have 4,000 visitors. It's not zero, but that is some of the logic when we actually look at this stuff. I'm looking at their LinkedIn profile, looking at their traffic, looking at other things. And that's why my tool didn't score a 9 out of 10, but it's still a very solid score. If you want to go and check out LTD Compass, I'll leave a link below as well. You can go pick it up. It's on lifetime deal right now. Thank you guys for joining me. Go pick up late, and I will see you in the next video.